TV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. If you just tuned in to Sugabi, I have so much knowledge that I've gained in the past couple of minutes. But why not the corner a repeat that's coming tomorrow between the hours 8 and 9, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, so you can catch up. The topic for today is finances, young people, and the relationship we have with imali. And some of us don't have this money, but then guess yazama, but the little that we have, as Ivan has told us today. And I want to talk about funeral covers. I do not understand maybe the concept of it, one. Yeah. I don't also understand the importance of having one. I feel like I'm still on it. I have 80 years left in me. And then my producer is always stressing me about funeral cover. But I wonder, you are the one that's at risk the most, Kosi. I don't even believe in the afterlife, so I don't care about what happens.
Friends who are like him who say, Mamela, so I don't need.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. And say, why should I worry about something when I have a lot of worries about savings, not getting enough money, and goals, and etc. Let's talk about funeral covers, the importance of them.
Okay. So, a funeral cover is to cover your funeral, right? And not only your funeral, if there's dependents that you worry about, that you are already sharing your NSFAS money with, a little that's left from that funeral cover will help, you know? So funeral covers are very important. If you are not in a position, because of your life stage, to take one out, do preach this message to the one who can at home. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you are only on a SASSA grant. It's important to have funeral covers are cheap. You can get one for a 10,000 rands cover. There's even things like a Stockfell funeral plan now where you only pay 25 rands to get 10,000. Yeah. You know, the 10,000 cover for a funeral. So never undermine the importance of having, because people bury people with loans now. Imagine going to a loan shark. What is the interest rate? 50%. You're going there for 10,000 just for we haven't even reached the coffin and. Because a minimum cost of a funeral these days is like 70,000 up. Test. So rather plan for a funeral, have a funeral cover with a little premium and just the minimum. Keep it basic. COVID taught us, my people, that things can be done in a minimal budget. So funeral plan is for everyone. They can take one cover where they can cover the entire family. You don't have to take one for each and every individual. Me, I have a lot of people, like truckload of people whom they die. When they die, people will be like, okay, Linda, let's bury our bone of our bone. Yeah? So what I've done is, I've taken out that Stockfell for 25 rands, and I know that 10,000 will come to add to whatever else that we've done for those people. So please respect funeral plans. People die every day because of COVID now.
And just to add there, like for students, let me just speak from my point of view.
Yes.
I know my grandmother, my mother, they may be covered or may not be covered, but they don't talk that much about it. But for myself, what my bank offers that for like, I think like 7 rand. Like literally my bank charges, they take 7 rand and it's 10,000 rand. Every single month they take 7 rand, and if something, God forbid, happens to me, 10,000 rand will be given to my family to help if they need to be helped in that particular manner. So it's also, you must look into what is your bank offering. Some banks are offering from 7 rand per month, 10 rand per month. It's based on a bank-to-bank basis. So you need to go back and sit down to your bank. What are you offering? Literally, with now COVID-19, something can happen out of the blue. So I think it's very much important to ensure that you take that basic one. Just ensure that if something goes wrong, at least your family won't be too much of a stress for them.
Yeah, and also with network providers, they also have funeral covers where you just pay like 50 rand a time a month, and they just put it away. Yeah. You just make sure that every month you recharge with 50 rand, and that goes towards your funeral cover. So you've got a phone, so go to your network provider, and they will sort it out. Now let's talk about the reasons why we as young people don't even consider taking a funeral cover. What are some of the misconceptions that we have?
I don't think it's a much of a misconception. I think it's not a relevant topic for young people. But literally for me, as much as it's important, and I say I have it, but something I don't care about. Literally, I even forget it. I only remember now, my bank takes 7 rand. Only now it clicked, you see.
Yeah.
It's just a relevant topic because we think we have time on our side. I don't think there's not much of a misconception. And also, we believe that our parents have us covered. Literally, we think, only for me, like, I think my grandmother and my mom covered me. Literally, I think they have. I think just not because of a misconception, but just that it's not a relevant thing for us.
Yeah. Do you want to add some of the reasons?
Definitely, because what he's saying make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
See, we're not going anywhere. That's exactly what people think. But with COVID now, it's a conversation to be held even at home. Not assume that we are covered by our parents, especially when you understand the circumstances. So you smart, right? So assist them, even with budgeting. Guys, let's all budget. Instead of eating out, let's all do things together. So make sure, even if like a burial society where people do those things, as long as you know money is safe. But people complain about going to meetings, then funeral plans, everywhere you get funeral plans for less.
Yeah.
And you know that we will keep it to a minimal budget. Like I just told you about the 25 rands for 10,000. And there's no limit on how many members you can have there.
And if not 25 rand, so after the show,
I think my problem is maybe my goal is bigger than maybe the funeral cover in itself. Maybe the concept of funerals, I don't understand why maybe we have to spend this much money for somebody that, is no longer here. Forward and then we move on. Maybe that's,
maybe that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Can you then maybe alternate and maybe don't have a funeral service, funeral policy, and maybe just save?
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Because number one, the amount you pay, because remember, banks or institution do a risk assessment. Sometimes the amount you can pay, I'm paying 7 rand. Literally, if something happened to, I don't think the 7 rand of mine would have reached 10,000 rand.
Yeah.
But the bank will give the 7,000, that 10,000 rand out. If I have to save now, it will take me time using 7 rand to reach 10,000. You see, so a policy is designed in a manner taking into account a lot of factors. So people always demonize policies and I will do it myself.
Yeah.
You are limited. Your capability is limited. So it's always good to take that policy, but it's structured in a manner that will benefit you. While savings can be something for short term, literally you want those shoes, save for them, you can reach, it's okay. But I think a policy for saving for yourself, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah. And now when do I start, at what age do I now say, I want to take a funeral cover?
Plan. From 18 up.
Yeah.
Most of them from 18 up, if you taking it. But if it's the parents taking it, even for the little ones, they can be covered.
Yeah.
But if you are saying, I do get a little bit of money, I will be, like you're not a minor anymore. You're an adult. And if you know that the load is on your shoulder, that's what I always tell people. As long as you know this thing will come back to bite you, take care of it now. If you know when they die, they're going to say, hey, you, bring 10,000, you're working. Rather cover them. Because you don't always have that 10,000, like he said. It's insurance. You secured.
Yeah.
Whether you reached 2,000 of that and someone you've insured dies, they will pay back the money. In full.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to have. Do have that conversation with the family. And sweetie, it's not going to happen that all of a sudden now people will be buried in boxes of tomatoes. There's that thing, bazuthina abantu. So rather cover your back while you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Rather cover your back while you can. If someone out there wants to follow you guys, they want to learn more about the relationship that they have with money, and they want to find more advice and more wisdom from you, where do they find you in social media?
I'm Ivan Sambo everywhere. TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Ivan Sambo, you find me there.
Sis Linda?
Ulinda Gwabe on Facebook. Yebo. And then my email address we will share later on.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Email address.
Same here. I want to consume your content as well. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And I hope you guys at home have learned a lot, because I certainly have. My mind has changed regarding funeral covers. I want after today. It's covered.
And now I'll stop saving only for December holidays. I'll start saving for other things as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like savings are absolutely very important, especially
Definitely.
in this lifetime where we have COVID. That's all we have today. We are back tomorrow with more entertainment right here on Ekse. And of course, the repeats between 8 and 9 a.m. Wind out. Bye.
Yeah, come with the music video. Hlasela Ekse. Enjoy.
Mamela masi ufuna undenza into wrong ne hey ubunijongisa ngabahlali ngathi insisigebenga sapha imali yami then ndiyalibetha yababokle kasi lakho sebendihobe ngefestile bayagqibela banibeka amabala banicaphukuswa kabona because bayingena bengayazi bra khange ndikununuse ngamali yami mntakwethu kuwe sekum uzoboleka abuyi ngoxa sefuneka ubhatele uyabaleka kusefuna ulandelwa ndiyathanda uqoqwa gqithi andiqabenanga namsindo mali yami izala kabini ntsuku zakho zonke zibaliwe ndimvukele ekuseni ndafika esalele ndambona uyothuka ndafuna imali yami ndimvukele ekuseni ndafika esalele ndambona uyothuka ndafuna imali yami yathanda ulibala sani izolo ububoleka imali mani wathi uzoyibhatala bhatala mani yathanda ulibala izolo ububoleka imali wathi uzoyibhatala bhatala mani namhlanje ndiyafika ungixela isitori malayika bik kanjani bhatala mani namhlanje ndiyafika ungixela isitori umthetho malayika bik kanjani bhatala mani safonela amapolisa fonela amajoni fonela bakhaya bhatala mani safonela amapolisa fonela amajoni fonela bakhaya bhatala mani ndimvukele ekuseni ndafika esalele ndambona uyothuka ndafuna imali yami ndimvukele ekuseni ndafika esalele ndambona uyothuka ndafuna imali yami